Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on Motif C. This is part of the Tucson afghan that is also part of Stitchcation, and this is the mini motifs that connect all of the large ones together. So what we have here is in the afghan you will have a space that is left in between the large motifs. This particular motif is what fits in there. Now you should know that what happens on here is that this will attach to a section of the actual, it'll be like this. So there'll be one straight up. This will attach to two of the large motifs coming together. These two will be along a flat edge of the octagon of the large motifs, and then these are the other these two here are the ones that are in between. So how it works is basically you have one that is going to be attaching up here. Okay, the middles are here and here, here and here, and then you have of course your points. So right where you've attached the other ones right here, these motifs will attach there as well. So you want to make sure that when you're doing these mini connecting ones right here is that you leave these to the last, because these are the ones that reach across the middle when you're going to attach. So if you attach these here and don't attach the middle one that you see right here, then it becomes a real problem. So without further ado, let's try to get started on this. This is a really quick one. These are really quite easy, and you'll find it's really quite fabulous at the same time. So let's begin. We're using a size 6mm size J crochet hook today, using Bernat Super Value for my Stitchcation afghan. Let's grab our string. We're gonna do a magic circle to begin. So the straggler is gonna fall down in the front, come around and up over my hand like so. Insert your needle in between the kind of the dents of your fingers where they're coming together, and come up underneath the first string, grab the second, and then just reach around and grab it again like so, and therefore you have your ring. So when you go to play in the ring, you have to make sure that you're trapping both of these strands together underneath, so don't ever just get one, because you need to pull everything nice and tight together. So without further ado, let's begin the center of the circle. To begin, we're gonna start immediately in chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and as per the instructions this counts as a double crochet and a chain 1 or chain 2. So double crochet and chain 2. So let's just double crochet back into the center of the ring as normal. Okay, and then chain 2. So 1 and 2 back into the center of the ring for a double crochet, and then chain 2. You want to do that a total so that you have 8 of these posts going all the way around. 1 and 2, and just continue to go. 1 and 2 and double crochet back in. 1 and 2 back in. 1 and 2. Now I'm not really counting. I just always do a whack of them at one time. Whack meaning in my slang for a lot. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I only have one more to go. So chain 2. Get the last post in there so you have a total of 8. And then in order to reach across to here, you have to chain 2 first, so it stays consistent, and go to the third chain up of the beginning chain 5 to fasten it off with this a slip stitch. So now what you want to do is this straggler that's here, this is part of your magic ring, pull that now and it will bring your entire middle together just like you see here. So I'm only gonna show you how to fasten off once in this video, and here it goes. I'm just going to trim off my yarn. So I just trimmed it. Just yarn over, pull it through, and I want to weave this yarn through the chain work so I can hide it under to the next round. So this is kind of how I do it for all of it, including any other project other than Stitchcation. When it comes to the final edge work, when you really need to hide in your ends, I always grab a darning needle just to finish it off quite nicely, but in this case this works just as well for what we're doing. Once you have it nice and weaved in, just turn it over, trim off your ends. Trim off your ends just like so, and now they're out of your way and you're ready for the next round up as you go. So here's what it looks like so far, and you should make sure that you do have a total of 8 to begin. Let's begin our next round. We're gonna start off with a slip knot of a new color. Remember, all the color changes that I have in Stitchcation, or any project for that matter, are only ideas. You can always change anything that you wish. So go into any one of the chain 2 spaces. It doesn't matter which one you get. Just grab into one and just fasten it on to begin. This is the way that I do it so that I can lock in the ends. And then what I need to do is that I need to chain 6. So we're gonna go 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now this counted this time as a double crochet plus chaining of 3, and then we're going to double crochet into the same space that we just were in. We're gonna create, it's what's called as a V-stitch into each one. So you're not going to do anything other than you're not gonna put any spaces in between any of your V-stitches. You're just gonna keep it all nice and consistent. So we're just immediately going to jump to the next chain 2 space, double crochet and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3 and then come back into the same space for another double crochet. You see that? Then come into the next one, next space for a double crochet, chain 3 and back in to the same space. Okay, next space for double crochet, chain 3 and continue to do that all the way around, and you should have a total of 8 of these V-stitches working all the way around. So I'll meet you at the end. When you get all the way back around, you're just gonna finish off with the last double crochet. Go to the 3rd chain up in the very beginning on where we started. We did chain 6, only go to the 3rd one and then just fasten it off with the slip stitch. So fasten that off and we're gonna continue along with the next color. Let's begin our next color. Lavender is up next and we're just gonna create a slip knot to join. And so what we need to do is that you need to look at these V-stitches and you gotta look for where 2 are coming together like so. Okay, so just look wherever 2 is coming together, that's where you need to go, and I want you to look for the one right here. Okay, so if these are 2 together, look for the one right here. If it's these 2, it's the one right here. It's the same position. So let's just join it onto there and attach. Okay, and let's chain 1. Okay, and then back into the same spot for a single crochet. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for that. So let's begin our repeat pattern going all the way around. You notice how I just instinctively just kind of put that over top? I'm gonna bury that underneath of the stitches. So now I'm going to put 4 single crochets into this chain 3 space. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now that you see the next 2 double crochets that we have here, you're just gonna put 1 single crochet into each. So here's the repeat pattern to go all the way around. In the chain 3 spaces you're always gonna put in 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then once you have that done, these next 2 double crochets that you run into, just 1 single crochet each. Okay, continue that same patterning going all the way around. 4 single crochets into the chain 3 space and 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 double crochets. Please do that all the way around. When you're coming up all the way back around, you've got your 4 single crochets in the chain 3 space. Don't forget we still have 1 double crochet because we joined onto this one over here. So make sure you get that 1 last single crochet in, and then let's please join it to the beginning single crochet. Fasten off, and now the next round is the attaching round that's gonna attach everything together. So we're now ready for the connecting round. Now this one I have not connected just for photography and tutorial reasons, but what's gonna happen is that each of these connectors will attach to another motif. Okay, so what's gonna happen is that it's gonna attach into the points of the octagon, the middle of a flat edge on this side and on this side, as well as this side and this side, and then where the other 2 attach at the top. So you cannot actually physically finish this without having the large motifs done. If I were you and you were me, I'd recommend that you get all of your motifs done. So complete them all to this level here, and then once you have your large motifs and ready for the joining process, I would then circle around and start to join as you go with the established ideas. So what I have off camera here is that I have an afghan where I've started to do the assembly. And you can see I've started putting stuff together, and you can see now I have a gap right in the middle where that's gonna go. So without further ado, I'm gonna show you how to finish and attach these in the next part of this tutorial. So let's begin to do the attaching process. Just like you see, there is a total of 8 attaching pieces just like so. And right where you see the chain work, this is actually not correct, this particular sample that you're looking at screen. I should have actually had chaining of 6 on the edges, but for tutorial reasons I'm just showing you what they look like at this particular point. Now you will notice that you have a chain and then 6 and then chain and 6 and chain and 6. So that's what you want to look for when being able to do this round. Now where we're gonna start is the second one of one of these. So if you follow it straight up, that's where we're gonna start. So we're not gonna start off in a chain space itself. We're gonna start off just to the one side. Doesn't matter which one you look at, it's always gonna be the same. So without further ado, let's grab on our yarn and let's do the attaching process. Okay, so we're going to follow my theory of just following that second one straight up. Okay, and that's where we're gonna start. And we're just gonna attach, and we're gonna chain 1 and single crochet into this one and 5 of the next single crochets. So let's count. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now we're ready to do the attaching. So how to do the attaching is that we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and pinch. Okay, keep that there. We're going to look at your work and we notice that we have to fill in this gap. I want you to start off right here in the middle section, not into where 2 are coming together, and look for the middle single crochet that's available to you. Okay, and it's just the middle one coming straight in from the right side, straight down, pull the loop through and then chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. And now what we want to do, making sure that this is accidentally turned around, make sure that we get it to the right side so that we're going in the right direction, and then coming back into the very next single crochet that's available to you, do that one plus 5 more. So there's gonna be a total of 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now we're ready for the attaching again of the next part. So 1, 2, 3. So if the last part I just went into a middle section just like this, the next one is where 2 octagons are actually already fastened together. And we're gonna come straight in where they're joining together, pull that loop through. Okay, and then chain 3. 1, 2 and 3, coming back down to this little mini motif and get the next 6 again of single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we're ready to join again. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if we got in between the 2 where the octagons are coming together, that means the next one is in a middle section of this octagon, and again it's the middle one. I visually can see that, and hopefully you will be able to as well. It's the middle single crochet, pull it through, and then 1, 2 and 3 for chain, coming back down into the mini motif and going for the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, that's ready for another attaching. So 1, 2, 3, pinch. Okay, so if we were in the middle this last time, the next time is the octagons are coming together. And again, it is easier to do this on a table than it is to do it on your lap. So just whatever makes it easier for you. Okay, right where they're attaching, I'm looking to the same spot just to be consistent, to pull it through. And then 1, 2 and 3. Okay, coming into the next 3 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, let's attach again. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, take it out. This time it's along a flat edge because the last time is where the octagons came together. So looking for the middle single crochet, coming straight in, pull it through, loop through, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and get the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Ready to attach again. 1, 2, 3, pinch. Okay, we're looking at this again. So if the last time was a flat edge, the next one is where two octagons are coming together straight into the same spot where they're attached. And then 1, 2, and 3 coming into the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we're almost done. You can see the green is almost all the way around. We're gonna attach again. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then looking for the next flat edge because we were just in between two octagons coming together. Straight in. So 1, 2, and 3. Coming back down into the next 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You've run out of stitches, but this is the first one that we started off with. We didn't do a join right away, so we've got 1, 2, 3. You only have one more join available to you, and that is where the two octagons are coming together. So in, and then 1, 2, 3, and we just need to do is come back down in because you're already there and just slip stitch it to the beginning single crochet and then fasten that off nicely, weave in your tails, and then that particular mini motif is then joined. So I'll do that off camera and meet you back in just a moment. When all is said and done, here's what the motif looks like. You can see it's attached right where the two octagons are attached together on all four of them that you see, and then of course it's then attached right in the middle of the flat sides of all of the octagons as well. So you have to have all of those octagons done before you can do the middle attaching, just like so. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of thecrochetcrowd.com. Stay tuned for more videos. If you're still sticking with staycation, have a great day and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye bye.